The leopard shifted its gaze. It shot a glance at Barney. It looked back at the unmoving Lou. It turned to the advancing Stig and gave a low Its tail twitched and it began tucking its feet under it as a cat does when it is about to charge and spring. And Stig crouched too, still pointing his spear, and Barney saw that in the shadows beyond Stig was the open door of an empty stable. The leopard decided which was its most dangerous enemy, and now kept its eyes on Stig. Barney crept forward behind it. He was almost within axe reach of its twitching tail. The leopard stopped shifting its feet. Its tail lay still for an instant. Its muscles were tense. It sprang! But as it sprang, Barney brought his axe down on the tip of its tail. Lou burst into life with a sudden roar. Stig threw himself sideways, and the startled and confused leopard jumped twice as high and twice as far as it had meant to, and vanished into the dark doorway of the stable. Barney hurled himself forward, slammed the lower half of the door shut, and then the upper half, and gasped, "Quick! Quick! Quick! Somebody bolt it!" Lou and the Indian struggled with the bolts, and at last they all sank down on the paving, feeling exhausted and weak. The other children had now opened the gates of the yard, and the rest of the party was streaming in, chattering and asking questions. "Where's the leopard? Have you caught the leopard? Is the game over now? What do you mean it's a real leopard? Let's have another leopard hunt. It was super fun. Why can't we have another leopard hunt? What do you mean the leopard's in the stable? There's the leopard. 2 leopards? Well, that's not fair. Nobody told us that there was 2 leopards. Why can't we see the other leopard in the stable? Let's let it out and have another hunt." And the boy in the Zorro suit was actually fumbling with the bolts and trying to open the door of the stable. Stig, who was standing there, rapped him over the knuckles with the haft of his spear. "All right, caveman," said Zorro crossly. "I can open the door if I want to. It's not your business." But Stig turned the spear round and threatened him with the point, and Zorro retreated, saying, "No need to get nasty." Then, suddenly, all the windows of the house blazed with light again, and then the voice of Mrs. Falcon Green came from the front steps, calling, "Children, children, you're all to come in at once! Everyone inside, quick as ever you can!" She sounded as if she was almost frightened of something. As they all trooped round to the front entrance, they noticed a big truck in the drive, and strange men standing around, and some of the men had rifles. Mrs. Falcon Green was standing on the steps, flapping her hands. Come along, she cried. "It was so naughty of you to go outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just go in the hall and stand still while I count you all." They stood wide-eyed in the hall as Mrs. Falcon Green slammed the big door behind her, leant against it with a white face, counted the guests and then counted again, and muttered to herself, "Oh dear, how many should there be? Little Jonathan couldn't come because of the measles. Then there's Betty Strick. Well, she didn't answer." The children began to join in with helpful voices. "Where's the other caveman?" "Yes, there's supposed to be 2 cavemen. I saw them." "And there's 2. Please be quiet. You'll only confuse me," moaned Mrs. Falcon Green. And she turned to a strange man in a raincoat who was standing by the door. I think they're all here, Mr. she said. Would you like to explain?" "Sorry to spoil your party, kiddies," said the man. "I'm from Bottom Circus, and I'm afraid one of our animals has got loosed from its travelling cage, and it must be somewhere about here. But don't worry, we'll soon catch him." There were excited gasps and whistles from the children, and then Lou spoke up. "It was a leopard, wasn't it?" she said. The man looked at Lou. "Yes, girlie," he smiled. "Like you." only a bit fiercer, and Barney stepped forward. "It's all right, sir. We put it in the stables, me and Stig and Lou. I'll help you get it, if you like."